Hello everybody, my name is Sophie and welcome to my book nook. Today I'm gonna do a review. The second one I've done, so if I sound like I don't know what I'm doing, I probably don't. Today's review is on The Hive by Lyga and Morgan Baden. Concept by Jennifer Beals and Tom Jacobson. This is an ARC. I got it at BookCon. I got to meet Lyga and Morgan Baden and I was kind of freaking out because Lyga is one of my favorite authors. This is like the first ARC I've ever read, which is really cool, and it was really good. It is a little over 400 pages long. I read it in about 3 days. I gave it 4 stars. Let me tell you what it's about. So, we all know the internet. We all use the internet. If you're watching me right now, you're on the internet. The internet is super useful, but it also can be really bad. On the internet, you can say whatever you want, and because it's the internet and you're not saying it face to face with somebody, a lot of times people will say things that they shouldn't say or wouldn't say in person. We've all seen it happen. It happens all the time. A famous say a celebrity, they'll say something, do something, you'll find out something about them, you won't like it, or somebody else won't, someone will say something, and then you have tons of other people going after this person because they did something that you don't like. Sometimes it stays online, but even just staying online is not a good thing. It's bullying. It's doing harm to someone mentally, but it can reverberate into our real everyday life. People, because of what can happen on the internet, people in real life could go after somebody. It can also happen the way as in someone says something about someone which may or may not be true. People believe it, buy into it, and then they're attacking somebody else. Anyway, this happens. This isn't even part of the story. This happens already. So now imagine a world where that gets out of hand. So the government institutes what they call hive justice. A brand new social media network is created. It's called Blink. Blink takes all the social medias of the world and puts them into one. You can see everything. It's all funneled, it all works good. You know, you can still have other social medias, but most people use Blink. And on Blink, you can interact, you can comment, you can re-blink. You can like, but you can also condemn. What happens when you get enough condemns? Or if you get more condemns than you do likes. Get enough condemns and your online mistakes can have real life consequences. It's supposed to keep people in line. You're not gonna say things you shouldn't say. You're not gonna do things that you shouldn't do if you are gonna have real life consequences. Now, most of these consequences fall under level 1. Where nothing bad is really gonna happen. You're gonna get like publicly humiliated, little things, you know. It'll last only a day. It's enough where people are gonna stay more in line. But there are worse punishments. Level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, where people can no food for a few days or get publicly tortured, you know, stuff like that. But you know, the hive justice keeps everything in line, except, you know, there's like no free speech or whatever, but we're not gonna get into that. Anyway, that is what happens in the hive. Our story follows Cassie McKinney, who, if I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like. She just lost her dad. She's moved to a new school. She doesn't get along with her mom. She also loves to code. A lot of people do. Everybody's hacking and all that. She's at this new school, she gets these new friends, and then she makes a joke online. It's not a good joke. I don't like the joke, but the joke costs Cassie everything. And that's all I can tell you about the story because I don't want to spoil the story, obviously. It was so good. Let me start with what I didn't like, just so I can get it out of the way, because there wasn't that much that I didn't like. I did not like Cassie. She's so, like, I love almost all of the other characters in this book, but Cassie is just, she doesn't seem very believable to me, and she does some really stupid things. Just like really, really idiotic things, and she's supposed to be really, really smart. So I don't like that. I don't like Cassie. And the book is very political. However, it's necessary for it to be political most of the time. There's a few parts where it's like, yeah, that wasn't, you could have left that out, but it is what it is. Politics in general are like something I have my opinions. I don't like other people to push their opinions on me. I'm not going to push my opinions on you. A decent amount of politics in a book is okay, especially in a book like this where it is very politically driven, the storyline. The politics of the book drive the story of the book, if that makes sense. But there was a few times when it was just like, yeah, just meh. But that's that. There is so much about this book that I love. For the biggest thing is the story, the plot, the story itself. It is just the right amount of believable, just the right amount of I could see this happening in the real world, and that's what makes it so much better, because like this book, I would say it could be classified as like thriller. It's creepy, but that's one of the things that Barry Lyga is really good at. I mean, he wrote Eye on Killers, which is the creepiest book series I've ever read. It's good. I think, and that's what makes it such a good story, is because it is believable. I think I said that already. I loved all of the characters, as I said, except for Cassie. The rest are just so good. I love Rachel, Cassie's mom. She's fantastic. And I love Carson. He's wonderful. All the characters are written, I feel like, very well, except for Cassie. The writing is fantastic. The Barry Lyga and Morgan Baden, they blend so well together. They're married in real life, so I guess it makes sense that their writing would blend together well too. I love the writing. It's a very well-paced story. It's very fast-paced. Not at the beginning. It's a little slow at the beginning, but once it gets into it, it's very fast-paced and very entertaining, and there are a few twists. There are a few twists. One that I didn't see coming, then that surprised me, and then a few that were like, yeah, I could kind of see that coming. There was enough there where you could figure it out, but it was so good. I feel like I like it more after I had time to digest it. I still only give it 4 stars just because I'm still only giving it 4 stars because while I loved it so much, it's not like blowing me out of the water like some of the other books that I have read in the past like couple months. But it is still very good, and I still enjoyed it so much, even though there were a few things I didn't like, especially like, I feel like if I liked Cassie more, I would have given it 5 stars. It's just, yeah, for some reason Cassie didn't click with me. If you want a book that's going to make you think and wonder and kind of freak you out, but like in a good way, I would read The Hive. I believe it comes out on September 24th. Please read it. If you can't buy it, get it from your library. It's a good one. I have a feeling you guys are gonna like it a lot. Hopefully you guys will like Cassie. I'm sorry that I didn't. I will link my Goodreads review in the description box. But I think I got everything across. Hopefully I did. So yeah, read The Hive by Morgan Baden and Barry Lyga. It's really good. Comment below what you thought of this video and what you think of the book from what I just said. And if you're gonna read it, please let me know. I hope you will. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like listening to me talk about books, please subscribe to my channel. It's what I do. I talk about books. I talk about what I'm reading. I do reviews now, apparently. I vlog too. I do unboxings. That's me. Yeah. I think that is it, so I will see you guys really soon. Bye!